Hello. So, welcome to my third video where I'm going to talk about my editor I'm currently making for my 3D engine, that Portal engine. And the first two, I showed you guys how to basically manipulate existing shapes and lights and that kind of stuff. And here, I basically want to introduce the newest thing I've created. It's like a little GUI that's going to be expanded, so it'll be a lot easier to then perform more interesting operations on the different shapes, also add like new shapes and not just only mess about with shapes that I bootstrap the whole system with. Before that though, just a quick note why I'm making a edit in the first place. So first of all, of course, it's like a nice challenge, and I quite like challenges. But second of all is because I don't rely on Blender and a script I wrote in the past to transfer all the blended data into the data that my engine can read. I want to do everything in house because I think in the long run it's going to make things a lot easier for me. And lastly, I also find that by making this editor, I also have to add a lot more features to the online engine, and also like the number of bug fixes to make everything work. So that's a nice bonus on top of that. Yes, without further ado, I created like this little GUI system that I had before, but still a box in it I never quite get to use it. It's like a small subset of it in the first-person shooter that is Spectre. You can find my YouTube channel. But here, basically, went a bit further and actually decided to create like an actual GUI. So you got like a little frame. It could be like minimize, maximize, that kind of stuff, and also closed. But there's currently no way to get it back if I were to close it, so let's not do that. And now I've got like very simple range of buttons that create shapes or lights. So let's start by adding a little cube to the world. So as you can see, currently because there's no lights in the world, it's just black. But let's say we add a little point light to it, like so. And there actually you can see what we are doing. So the light's being updated dynamically as we move it about, which is very nice. And so we can basically go about making like all the objects we know about. So we've got a sphere, a torus we can make, a pyramid, and we already have a cube that's already sorted. So when it comes to manipulating stuff, I've got four ways of selecting different parts of a shape. So easiest one is a vertex, so let's just select a single point, which can be manipulated by itself. And then I basically hold down shift to create like more points, so I can select the upper face of this cube and then I can just manipulate that face. Second way is to create edges, so I select the outer edges, hold my shift again, and then I can do the same thing. And funny thing to note is because everything is rendered using triangles, you can actually select the diagonal line right here and manipulate that a little bit, so that looks a bit funny. But that's only because the underlying geometry is all made of triangles, which, yeah, creates a behavior. I mean, basically, at some point, want to make sure you can actually just select a face, because comparing normals, if they're roughly similar, can create a type face, make things a lot easier to have to select individual triangles like that. So it's edges, so the first edges, and then we got faces, which is not really a face, it's just one of the triangles. So this one here is now selected. Holding our shift, basically select the other one, like the whole upper face selected to manipulate, or just select part of it and then manipulate that. It's all possible. And lastly, you can basically select the entire objects in one go. So every single point is selected, so it makes things a lot easier to basically move the whole thing about. So there's really no way to select loads of different objects at the same time, just only select one object at a time. Might add it later, might not, I'm not quite sure yet, but for now, just going to keep it relatively simple. So another thing I did in my engine is to make sure that all the actions you do can be undone. So if first I Ctrl Z, then all the actions we've basically performed so far can be undone or redone if we want to. The way that's done is every time we make any change to any of the objects, any of the lights, we add a action to an action queue. So I think it's going to hold like 50 actions, if I'm right. And we basically hold like a points to where we are on action queue, and every action has a do, a phase execute, and a undo action. So therefore, if you basically make a move, you record where the object was before the move, and then after executing, you record where the object went to after the move, and that's then you can easily do and undo all these different actions. So just mess about. It makes like a spotlight, which currently all these lights basically got default values. So this got like a lighting cone of like 60 degrees. Yeah, I think it's about 60. So later on, what we want to do is once you select a object, we'll basically select what kind of object it is, and a new window will pop up with the properties of that particular object. So you can, in case of lights, change like the strength of the lights, the color of the light, the angles in some cases. When it comes to object, you can then, instead of just using the visual tools, you can then type in scale by this much or move the object to this particular location by just typing in numbers. So that's all, yeah, that's kind of common. But yeah, software basically create whatever you want. The editing options are quite limited at the moment. You can just move stuff about. But that's about it. I mean, you can delete stuff as well. So basically, this whole thing deletes all these different bits. And of course, when we do want to do this, undo, but we get them all back, which is quite nice. So this is the editor I'm currently working on. I got like a little GUI to help me out, but this is going to be extended. So then once you select object, and basically changes features, and once that's done, I'll get like nitty-gritty by then offering like more ways to manipulate this object by extruding or subdividing and all that kind of fun stuff. But that's for a later video. Thanks for watching, and I'll update you guys once I got more stuff done. Thanks.